our recap of The Bachelorette number 7. This is Michi.
And Darlene.
And we are so emotional right now.
So emotional. This was a big episode.
So big. Huge.
Tables turned that I didn't see turning, and the end was not what I expected. But let's start from the beginning. All right, so we have 4 hometown dates with Eric, Bryan, Peter, and Dean. Starting with Eric.
And we went to good old Baltimore. And lo and behold, he has one of his closest friends on the basketball court who is telling the utmost amazing stories and personality traits about Eric.
Yeah, like he's the best in the world. But I have to say that he did come up from a lot.
Eric came up from a very difficult childhood, which some of us can't even fathom.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that I saw a different side of Eric that I didn't think I was going to get. And it probably humbled him as well, because that's maybe one reason why he would never take a girl home. It's a lot to expose to someone, and whether you feel all these emotions of happiness, sadness, embarrassment, whatever it is, it's a lot to share with someone who you don't know that well.
And if he's attracted to a certain type of girl, a certain quality girl, he might feel embarrassed taking her home, experiencing the things that he had to grow up with. I mean, he went through a lot. Like, a lot of his friends and, like, uncles, dad, like, was in prison at one point in their life. It says a lot for him to be able to come up from that. So I'm proud of him, you know?
Exactly. And he has been able to kind of take himself out of the equation and really learn from everyone else's mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that Rachel liked him too and saw that.
Rachel loves the fact that Eric challenges her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I see in him that I don't necessarily see in a lot of the other men. And Rachel enjoys that. They do have a type of relationship where it is best friend like.
Yeah, like one of our viewers mentioned in the comments, thank you for commenting, that they seem like best friends that are attracted to each other. And I agree. I think I see the camaraderie there that you see. And it does seem like they're really good friends. Mm-hmm. But I also see that she may see the friendship blooming, and maybe it doesn't stay as romantic as it can get with the other 3 guys that are on the hometown dates.
Yes, I don't know if I get that hot and steamy side with Eric.
No, I don't.
I feel like it is more of a really good friendship. Mm-hmm. And although that is important and healthy in relationships, I think you need that hot passion as well.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it was a good hometown visit for him. At the end of the hometown visit, I was definitely like, okay, she's probably gonna pick Eric or give him a rose.
And you know what? I really enjoyed going into Eric's family home,
mm-hmm.
And really hearing everyone, or at least not everyone, but a few of his family members apologizing for how he was raised.
Mm-hmm. His dad.
And, oh my gosh, and his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And you really get to see a different side of Eric. And it kind of shows you that people are learning from a full cycle experience to bring somebody home and send that message across that I apologize for the upbringing you were raised in, and now I want you to know that it's okay, and I support you in this relationship, or you marrying this person sometime soon.
Yeah, and it shows that their family had really good open communication, which was great, because as we'll see, not all families are like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the hometown visit with Eric. Very successful, I would say. Good job, Eric.
Yeah, good job, Eric.
And family. You were very welcoming. Rachel loved you guys.
The aunt.
Oh, yeah. I love the aunt.
Me too.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Deep connection with Rachel,
I thought, at first I thought that was Eric's mom because they looked so much alike.
They look almost identical.
Uh-huh.
In a men-female version.
Yeah. So anyways, that hometown visit ends and we go to Miami. with Bryan's family.
Exactly. It was a bit of Latin spice.
Yes, a lot of culture.
A lot of culture, and I mean, who doesn't love a man with culture?
Mm-hmm.
I think Rachel could eat that up any second. This was the first guy that she truly had a connection with.
Yeah.
The one she kind of fantasized about being with at the final rose ceremony.
Yeah.
And Bryan's getting every wish right now.
Yeah, so she goes to Miami. They go see a little bit of the culture that he experiences when he goes home or when he's at home. He takes her salsa dancing at this little restaurant. She's eating it up, like you said.
Oh man.
So then we finally go visit home.
The mom.
The mom. And as we know from the last episode, Bryan had a little bit of a hiccup with his last girlfriend because mom did not get along with her. And I really thought that Bryan was going to lock her in the garage this time. But that didn't happen. She was there in all her virility. And she didn't hold back. That's for sure.
If you're going to say I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. And that's exactly, I appreciate my mother-in-law even better now because, I mean, they're white folk. She's not intimidating and she's never threatened my life. So, big squid. But yeah, so it was good though. So I think she was very intimidating at first, and Rachel, you could see the nerves in her body. And but it was a good conversation. She was had her one-on-one time with the mom, and the mom in her personal interview with the camera said that she went to church and she asked God to show her whether or not this was the woman for her son, and that she saw the sincerity in Rachel's eyes. And told Rachel almost the same thing.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I can see you with my son. I think you can make him happy. And he's the love of my life. And I just want the best for him. And they started crying.
They both broke down.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's a very emotional experience. And I think even for Rachel, she had a sense of like, I can marry this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that I really have the mother's blessings.
Yeah.
I'm all in from this point.
Yeah, and what the mom said too about marrying, a marriage to a man is a marriage to his family, and vice versa. Yep. And Rachel's definitely okay with that because she loves family. So I don't know what happened to that last girl, but
must have been one hell of a trip to Colombia.
I know, because the mom, I mean, she was intimidating, but she wasn't that bad, you know? Well, as long as you're sincere and genuine. Then,
as long.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what happened in Colombia. We just know that something went down.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the mom particularly even liked the girlfriend to begin with. We don't know.
And maybe the mom was a little bit more intimidating before, and now she kind of learned her lesson because
she eased up.
Yeah, I bet she did ease up because Bryan lost the girl, and he really loved her. So
yeah.
So that was good. I think Bryan saw that the mom and Rachel got along, and that made him fall in love even more.
Yeah, I definitely think he was relieved.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he felt more at a realistic place and saw Rachel being his future wife at that point.
Yeah.
Which is romantic.
It is, and I think that you mentioned it before too during the episode that you see why Bryan is the way he is now after you see how close he is with his mother.
He is definitely a mama's boy, which is not a big deal. It's just the fact that I see why he acts the way he acts now.
Yeah, and the fact that he is, and that's why it's not a fantasy. He loves women, like from his mom to the women he dates, you know, and he treats them really, really well, which I think is amazing. But I can see why she feels it's a fantasy because what man is really like that? That's attractive and has a great job and X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You know, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of them out there. So yeah, that was a very successful hometown visit, and at the end of that one, I said again, wow, he's gonna get a rose. Bryan's definitely gonna get a rose. Then we go to Peter.
Man, you are a cutie.
He is. He's super attractive.
Super attractive. We got a 3 competition Ironman out there and a model. Check you out, Peter. And you're an entrepreneur and a successful entrepreneur at that. Nice job.
So yeah, he's done a lot in life already. So you would think that he's ready to commit.
Peter feels maybe he has another photo shoot to do. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a mountain to climb.
we go to his hometown and we meet a group of his friends. And when his friends walk into this little restaurant, I was taken aback. I'm like, those are Peter's friends? No way. I did not. It's not what I expected, at least.
I think you and half of America was taken back.
Yeah.
Nobody knew he had really 8 black friends.
Yeah, so he said. And then so he said to Rachel at the very beginning, I have a close-knit friends of about 10, and 8 of them are black. And she was like, come on. And a lot of, he had 2 guys there that were black, obviously. But they got along really well.
Yeah.
They had great things to say about Peter. And they probably were happy that he was dating a black girl.
And it was his first experience.
Yeah, exactly.
With a black girl. Which is awesome.
I just love the dialogue that he had with his friends. It was really cool. It was cute. And then he brings Rachel home to meet the parents.
Yeah.
That's where kind of...
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. I was like, so the mom and Rachel are discussing the relationship. And Rachel asked the mom, do you feel that Peter's ready for the next step? Because obviously this will hopefully end in marriage.
Right.
And the mom said, you know what? I think he's ready for commitment. I think he's ready to start a family and he's ready to raise kids. But I don't know if he's ready for marriage yet. And to me, that is pretty much hand in hand. Like, how are you ready for everything else except for the vows, the actual commitment, you know?
And it almost was like the mom was kind of supportive. Like, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to have that type of lifestyle. You don't necessarily need to be married to have all the other elements.
Yeah.
So I think that was a little shocking.
Mm-hmm.
But Peter has really held his ground on his belief about marriage.
Yeah.
He has never once said he wanted this commitment from day one. He's slowly getting deeper and deeper, and I really hope that Rachel just doesn't get hurt by this guy. Yeah. And I hope that he is looking out for her best interest, knowing that he's hurt other girls in the past.
Yeah, exactly. When he cried breaking down the last episode because he just turned the corner and the last thing he saw was tears coming down her face. I mean, granted, he cried, but he still laughed. He kept like, he didn't put on his brakes, you know? He kept going.
Definitely didn't know what reverse was. But needless to say, he got it out of the system, and hopefully he is going to try something new with Rachel.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully it's commitment, you know? Who knows? And I think, too, like, on one hand, we're glad that he's honest because he means that he really, 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 really values the word love and a marriage. So that's good that he's honest, right? But on the other hand, you're on The Bachelor. Like,
you signed up for The Bachelor.
Yeah,
Peter.
You know that you're eventually...
This season, Peter's world. And on top of that, it's like you knew what you signed up for. Mm-hmm. Unless Peter will be the next Bachelor. And that would make perfect sense.
That would.
Because Peter, I am more than willing to send you my resume.
That's actually a great point. Because then who else? I don't think it would be, maybe Eric. I don't think they have 2 black to black. Back to black? Back to back, yeah. Back to back black.
I don't think they would create a tongue twister like that, number one. It might offend some people, actually. Yeah. But I think either way, you always are going to come down to the final rose ceremony. It's going to come down to the final 2, and one of them will become the Bachelor.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah. Maybe it'll be Dean, but it has to be the final 2, right?
Well, let's talk about Dean. Let's bring it up.
Okay. Yeah. So the next hometown visit. So hometown visit with Peter, in my eyes, was like maybe a deal breaker. We'll see what happens though. And
definitely. So we've now been to Baltimore, Miami, and to Wisconsin, and now we're going to beautiful Colorado.
Yes, to visit the Sikh household.
Exactly.
Dean. And what was the guy's name?
Parumuk.
Something like that, yeah.
Sorry.
And Santartar.
And Parumuk. Yes, we're going to go with
I mean, hey, to each his own, right?
Right.
And however people want to cope with their problems, that's how they cope with them. So he walks in the door with Rachel, and the first thing he says is, "Where's the table?" And he's really embarrassed about everything that's going on right now.
the expression on Dean's face was priceless. You could tell he felt embarrassed, shocked, a little disappointed even.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, wanting to ensure Rachel was going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I knew he had a lot of emotions. You could just see it.
It's the first time that he's seen his family, and they've all been together under one roof in 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, that's
For
already...
a 26-year-old, that's pretty intense.
You've been through a lot. He's been through a lot, regardless.
Yeah.
And as the season grew, I fell more and more in love with Dean. And it's just, I don't know, this was such an emotional episode. And let's talk about him giving the Debbie feather to Rachel.
The dad.
I mean, the dad sits there, says, I have a gift for you. I'm going to honor, our presence.
Yeah.
And I have something that we always thought was going to symbolize the passing of the mom or my ex-wife. And he shows her this feather that he put together, paper feathers that he put together, and gives it to her as a symbolic gift.
Yeah.
In remembrance of the mom.
Yeah.
And
goes on to say how he was the best thing that ever happened and the best woman ever that God could have provided the family. And then Sir Tartar is in the corner.
She's like...
No, she was very docile, very yes ma'am,
So submissive, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Debbie feather enough said she loved feathers and her name was Debbie.
He was bawling.
He was bawling.
He obviously has not gotten over a whole lot of issues.
He clearly hasn't gotten over this issue, but the family hasn't gotten over it. And I think she was the glue that held the family together.
Oh, yeah, you could totally tell.
And now the family is just really falling apart. And he gets into this new lifestyle, and not only is it hard for Dean to embrace it, he's bringing this girl that he's madly in love with to his house of new beginnings.
That's gotta be hard.
My gosh.
And then Rachel asked him at the beginning, before they went into the house, if he's ever confronted his dad about the past and about feeling neglected by him, etc. And so he says no. And I didn't think he was going to confront him, to be honest. And then he does. And I think that he does a really good job articulating himself, but the dad doesn't want to hear the hard questions, and he can't answer them. And I think that for Dean, he just really wants answers. He wants answers as to why the dad was kind of out of the picture.
Neglecting him as a type of abandonment.
Yeah. And it's probably for good reason. He was heartbroken from his wife dying,
But
maybe Dean reminded him
the dad tells him that. The dad tells him as much as he can emotionally and lets him know, you don't know what it's like. My best friend was missing. I didn't know how to cope with you guys. Everything that I think Dean wanted to know, the dad said. It's just how he said it. And I think it might have been a little bit difficult for him.
Yeah.
And he gave him his answer.
I think that for Dean, it wasn't...
He wanted to hear an apology.
He wanted to hear an apology, which I think he deserves one. I also think that he wanted just to hear a little bit more about the dad's experience, because he knows his own experience and how he dealt with it very strongly, but he doesn't know what was going through the dad's head and why he made certain decisions that he made. Because even Dean, when he was talking about it, he reflects very well of what happened. He remembers it like it was yesterday. He has a clear remembrance of so many things that happened that were bad in his life right after his mom died, and he just wants to know explanations as to why things went down the way they did.
Well, the
dad just cut him off.
Well, the irony is the dad told him how hard it was. The dad told him how he suffered and how much of a tragedy and a loss it was. Dean wanted to kind of have him express his feelings of how the spiral event took place and why you weren't able to just pick up the pieces.
Yeah,
and
because he feels the dad should have.
And the dad wasn't able, or he's not there yet to explain that side.
And
And Dad shut him down.
Yeah. And I think that maybe he's not ready because he's not ready to admit fault. Who knows, you know? And I think that maybe this religion, this Sikh religion that he escaped maybe to, is holding him back from really
expressing his true
feelings. Exactly. And like revealing those like burdens that he has hidden down. And some people use religion as, you know, a mask.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's a coping mechanism for him, and I feel he has probably tried, at least this time around, to give Dean as much explanation as needed. But at the end of the day, this might not be enough for Dean. But I will say that the trip in itself was successful.
Very therapeutic.
He had closure.
Yeah, for sure.
Extremely therapeutic for Dean. And you were able to bring a stranger into your house and kind of let them know it's okay, this is my family. And I think that is a big step that he needs to recognize. Yeah,
and who knows, Dean may have not have been able to have this significant moment with his family if he wasn't on The Bachelorette, you know?
Absolutely. And Dean, we live just about 40 minutes away from each other. No big deal. You look absolutely amazing in this suit.
Yeah.
Bow tie.
The bow tie was stunning, yeah.
Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Not a problem, okay? We probably know someone 6 degrees of separation anyways.
Yeah. So at the end of the hometown visit with Dean, they are curled up on the Sikh's pillows and cuddling.
The gong ceremony.
Yeah, after the gong playing by the dad. And Dean is emotional, yes, and he has a lot of feelings, and he's overwhelmed by them probably. And he does tell Rachel, I'm falling in love with you. And I've never heard Rachel say it back to anyone. Maybe I'm mistaken, but...
I agree with you. I have never heard her express an emotion like this. What comes out of her mouth is, I'm falling in love with you too.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I mean, what do you make of that?
Yeah.
That's ludicrous. So then what happens next? We have a rose ceremony.
Yes, we have the rose ceremony. And and then there were 3.
Dun, 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 dun.
And so who did you think were going to be the top 2?
Well, top 2 hands down, Bryan and Peter.
Okay. And I thought it was going to be so I didn't know it was going to be Peter for sure. Because
I'm sorry. Top 2 meaning my final rose ceremony that's my top 2.
Okay, so after
this episode, I really thought it was going to be Eric, Bryan, and Dean.
Yeah.
Those 3. Peter, bye-bye. You weren't ready for a commitment.
That's exactly what I thought.
Lo and behold, I think it's really time that you pack your bags knowing you're not ready for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how bad she wants it.
Yeah, you sign up for the Bachelorette. Like,
what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. So that's what I thought too. And she gives the first rose to Bryan. The second rose to Eric. And the third rose to Peter.
Oh my god. Devastated. Oh my god.
And Dean could see like the hurt in his eyes. Like he didn't cry, he wasn't too emotional, but he was like, "You told me you loved me." Yeah. You know, like he really felt that she was sincere and she meant it. And I think she did mean it, but it just wasn't on the same level as the other 3. And overall, I think that it probably is the right decision for Rachel.
It probably is. The good thing is, Dean, you are so young still.
Yeah, exactly.
You have so many more years ahead of you.
Imagine Dean in 10 years.
Oh my gosh, Dean.
Yeah.
Woo! So many things I can say to
Already a great head on his shoulders.
But such a great head on his shoulders with the experiences he's been through in life. He is going to make a phenomenal father.
Yeah.
If he decides to have children.
Yeah.
And a great partner, because what Dean also learned is how to communicate throughout the season.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that was hard for him.
He had a journey.
Yeah, he had such a journey, Dean. So I think you're ready for a commitment. You can always DM me. Just kidding. So let's talk about the next episode. Oh
Spain.
my god, you're going to
And Bryan's gonna have the upper hand because he speaks Spanish.
Oh, of course, claro que sí.
Yeah, so it's
so
either,
lucky.
yeah. So I think that we'll see what happens, but it looks like they go to Spain. They have the hometown visits with Rachel's family, and it looks like there's a little bit of drama with Bryan.
A little bit of tension.
But who knows? ABC has motored us before, so we don't know
ABC
what's
does
gonna
such
happen.
a good job hanging on by that thread,
Yeah.
so who knows what will happen. It's Spain, though. Such a beautiful place. So romantic.
Yes.
And it's going to come down to the final two next week. And we predict, obviously, Bryan and Peter.
Yeah,
hands
definitely.
down.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, guys. Until next episode. See you next time.
Thanks so much for the comments, guys. And I hope you're as excited as we are.
Bye.
Bye.